quarter for Detroit. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And over to Kenny, what did you think about Golden State?
Well, the bench was really outscored, and that hurt them. They didn't get any extra spark that sometimes could energize an offense. Instead, the starters had to carry their load, and that's a big reason why they fell behind. The bench almost has to score something in the second half for this team to win.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 16 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
No doubt, Clark. They'd be in a much different position this game if he wasn't knocking down those triples.
Warriors trail by 11.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, against the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost them.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
Here's Jackson, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Inheriting that team from Mark Jackson, Greg, that was a good point. He passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Morris outside. Harris against Green. Fires from 14. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Warriors call.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out, and sometimes the best way to do that is with the timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Caldwell Pope passes to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Harris. Lets it go from 11. Green with the rebound. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geek, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
That'll be a 5-second call.
In a sloppy stretch for him. Now 2 turnovers in 3 minutes. He's got to focus in and value the ball.
Shaun Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
The Warriors making a switch here. Ezeli's checked in. And both free throws good for Drummond.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Now, here's Thompson. 6 points for him. Passes it to Livingston. Just 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. And there's Green on the assist by Livingston. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. Also, sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Now here's Thompson after the miss from Andre Drummond. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Jackson. Warriors with the rebound. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Jackson dishes to Caldwell Pope. Fades away. There's the bucket. Good. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Warriors trail by 20. On the wing, Thompson. He's got 6. He feeds it to Ezeli. Inside. Here's Green. Rejected by Harris. Thompson against Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. To the middle. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And he jams it with authority.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force. The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
6 points given away on miscues. They can't afford many more if they're going to cut into this lead.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. Here is Tolliver. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Here's Baines. Tolliver kicks to Johnson. Wide open. Offensive rebound. And he stuffs that one home.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated